In a country like Iceland, where the weather can change from a sunny afternoon to a raging snowstorm within a few minutes, growing anything seems impossible. In Iceland, greenhouses are the main suppliers of vegetables and other growth. And here in the Reykjanes Peninsula, we have a new kind of greenhouse that has charted a course for the future.
So tell me, where are we? What is this?
Well, we are here located in our greenhouse. This is a really important part of our operation at Orf Genetics. Here we actually are cultivating bioengineered barley plants to produce specific proteins. So this operation is very important here. It's heart of our company.
Yes, wonderful. So we have known each other for some time now, and when we started, there were lots of interesting ideas that you were exploring. So from there to now, what has happened, and what have you built, and what is exciting in the roadmap?
Well, in the beginning, as you know, it was all about developing our technology to be able to produce these specialty proteins in the barley seed, and it took us some time. But once we had the technology up and running, it was about what proteins to produce.
Right.
So we decided early on to focus on so-called growth factors, mostly human growth factors, tiny proteins in our body. And so we started producing them in our barley plant, initially for stem cell research. But it turned out that was a relatively difficult market to penetrate because for a very small biotech company in Iceland, we were competing with huge companies, mostly from US. So we decided to look at some specific avenue. We knew that these human growth factors were important in the biology of the skin. So we just asked ourselves, maybe we could use them in skincare and so forth. And we established, following that, we established our own skincare brand, Biofect, that has been going really, really well. And that was in 2010.
Right.
So having the technology there, having those human growth factors, and then moving into the skincare, anti-aging skincare business. This was very important for us in the beginning and until now.
So how big is Biofect now?
Currently we are in around, I believe, 25, 27 markets around the world. And it has been going quite well. So we have been focusing on bringing into high-end doors and so forth, and have a relatively small portfolio, but very active, potent products. And so like Biofect EGF Serum, our hero product, has, for example, won numbers of different awards around the world.
One of the things that you were talking about was in the pharmacy and the pharmacological applications. Also now, what is the progress there, and then what are the other exciting things you're working on?
Yes, so we always had this dream of using our barley system to produce biopharmaceuticals, but it's very, very difficult. It's very you need a lot of investment. It's a long, it takes a long time and so forth. So we have tried to focus on markets and products that we are capable of producing entirely here in Iceland within our company and so on, and bring our product faster to market. And that was the main reason for our skincare Biofect. But now also we can see a new opportunity on the horizon, using our technology to produce animal growth factors, not human growth factors, but animal growth factors for a completely new industry that is growing really fast around the world.
Yes, like this is kind of like meat without killing any animals.
Yeah, this is called cellular agriculture or cell cultured meat. And basically the general idea is to collect stem cell from the animal of interest, let's say from a cow or a pig or something like that. And you take this stem cell and you multiply it to millions and millions of stem cells in tank. And once you have this large number of stem cells, you tell those stem cells to become muscular cells, fat cells, and so on. That is basically what is making the meat.
Right.
And so this is developing very fast.
Yeah.
But one of the key factors to this development and for this new technology is that you have those tiny proteins that can tell those stem cells to multiply and continue to be stem cells, and then also different kinds of tiny proteins to tell those stem cells to become muscle cells or fat cells or whatever. These proteins are the growth factors, animal growth factors.
And I know there's a lot of interest here, primarily because of change in climate. You know, lots of people talking about climate change and how eating meat is one of the big things that we need to stop.
Yes, so this has always been a dream for many people. That is, do you need to kill the animal to eat it?
Yes.
And so from ethical point of view, if you can just use stem cells to produce this more or less the same meat, it would be unbelievable. You don't need to have cultivate animals to kill them.
Right.
So that's one reason that is driving this movement. Secondly, it's the environmental factor, the environmental impact of current or traditional food or meat production. It has many environmental concerns. So, but by switching to those stem cells, calculations show that it will reduce so much the pressure on the environment, on land use, water use, even energy use, and carbon dioxide emission and so forth. So it's basically ticking into all those important boxes.
But of course, all of these take time to build out. we know this, and it takes a long time to get into market.
Yes, it will take a long time. The first, the proof of principle was the hamburger from Mozambique in 2013.
Right.
Today there are so many companies now, and they're growing fast. Many of them are very well financed.
Right.
Investors have been pouring money into this industry. I think it was close to 3 billion last year, something like that. And so we can see that the technology development is very fast. But and there are many bottlenecks and many issues that they have to solve. But one critical issue is to bring down the cost of those animal growth factors.
Exactly.
And so we think that we are in a prime position just to really bring down the cost. And we have already brought down the cost of the major animal growth factors by 10 to 20-fold.
Yeah.
But we tend to bring down the cost probably 500 to 1,000-fold in a few years.
Yeah, thanks you again for taking the time, and very happy to see the development and the growth that you started a while back.
Well,
but as a scientist, it must be really, really fulfilling to see a lot of those things that we work in the lab to come to fruition and people using them.
Oh, definitely. I think we are living just a fantastic time now.
In Orf Genetics, they found clever ways to use plant to make mesokine, which I think are going to be the foundation for how future proteins are going to be made. So this is all happening in Iceland. I mean, this was a company that started a couple of decades back, but now they are in the forefront of transforming how we make food.